If we take a look at what a cryptocurrency actually is, partly based on the knowledge you've gained from episode 6, we can say that a cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency that is protected by cryptography, which makes it almost impossible to forge or double issue them, one of the characteristics being that they are, in most cases, not issued by a central authority such as a bank. This makes them, in theory, immune to government interference or manipulation, although governments will inevitably also want to regulate cryptocurrencies. Let's dive in a little bit deeper today. Let's use Bitcoin as an example. Bitcoin itself is a virtual currency. One of the cryptographic methods used by Bitcoin is the so-called hash function. In computing, this function is used to convert values of input from a wide range to a smaller range, usually a subset of integers, whole numbers, or a combination of numbers and letters. The output is called the hash, or hash code. In the example behind me, I've once again used the website of Anders Brownworth as an example to convert, for us, normally readable sentences in a hash by means of underlying cryptography. Another fun fact, some of the cryptography used in cryptocurrency today was originally developed for military applications. At one point, governments wanted to make the control of cryptography comparable to the legal restrictions on weapons, but the right of citizens to use cryptography is guaranteed on the basis of freedom of speech. The first blockchain-based cryptocurrency was Bitcoin, which is still the most popular and most valuable. Today, there are thousands of alternative cryptocurrencies with different functions and specifications. Some of these are clones or forks of Bitcoin, while others are new currencies built from scratch. Some of the competing cryptocurrencies that have emerged from Bitcoin's success, known as altcoins, include Litecoin, Peercoin, and Namecoin, as well as Ethereum, Cardano, and EOS. Today, April 23, 2021, we can attribute a value to cryptocurrencies of over $1.7 trillion, of which Bitcoin still accounts for about half. This so-called Bitcoin dominance makes up more than 50% of the total market. If we look at the benefits of cryptocurrencies, we can say that cryptocurrencies have kept their promise to make it easier to transfer value, money, directly between two parties without the need of a third party such as a bank or a credit card company. This transfer is nevertheless safeguarded and secured by cryptographic algorithms and consensus mechanisms, with Bitcoin's proof of work as an example. Another cryptographic algorithm for cryptocurrencies is security by means of two keys that are directly linked to your digital wallet. There's a public key that is similar to an account number, and there is a private key for the owner of the digital wallet that they should only use when signing a transfer. If you lose this key or show it to someone else, your cryptocurrencies could be stolen. So always keep your private key to yourself and save it somewhere properly. Many bitcoins have already been lost because people could no longer find this private key and therefore could no longer access their digital wallet. Another important advantage is, because cryptocurrencies don't work with third parties such as a bank, that the transaction costs can be significantly reduced. There are, of course, also some drawbacks to cryptocurrencies. One of the most frequently highlighted by governments is the semi-anonymous nature of the transactions. This would make cryptocurrencies ideal for illegal practices such as money laundering or tax evasion. Some cryptocurrencies are more private than others. An example of such a private coin is Vergecoin. Now, we know of Bitcoin as well as cryptocurrencies such as XRP, better known as Ripple, that they can only be used as a means of payment. However, there are cryptocurrencies that also contain other functionalities. For example, Ethereum was one of the first cryptocurrencies that made it possible to also assign a piece of code to the digital transaction. This makes it possible to give so-called if-then statements in a digital process, and we get the functional possibilities of a digital contract, a so-called smart contract. I'll give you an example. Suppose Peter wants to buy apples from Richard. They've agreed that the payment will be made in Ethereum and that the process will be fully digitally recorded. This transaction can then be programmed with conditions. For example, make a down payment of 10% of the cost price of the apples when Richard has signed for transport. So the moment Richard gives the digital signature for transport, a deposit of 10% is made. This will certainly take off in the near future. We may not notice much of this as consumers, but in the logistics and notarial world, for example, this will probably find a good home. Another example for the different functionalities of crypto is keeping a record of authenticity. For example, VeChain does this with its project and associated cryptocurrency VET. The founder of VeChain is a former employee of Louis Vuitton, among other things known for their expensive designer bags. To prevent counterfeits and to prove the authenticity of a Louis Vuitton bag, it's recorded in the blockchain. BMW does the same with recording the mileage of cars. The number of kilometers driven can therefore never be falsified. Finally, I'd like to mention Bistro, a Dutch startup that wants to compete with Takeaway.com. The first online home delivery app originated in the Netherlands in the year 2000, known worldwide as Just Eat. Takeaway.com currently charges a commission of about 30%. So if I have a cafeteria and I sell 10 euros worth of snacks through Takeaway.com, I pay 3 euros in commission. Aside from the fact that Bistro wants to significantly reduce their commission through higher efficiency, as a token holder, I will soon be able to pay for my hamburger with the Bistro token. In addition, I can relocate my Bistro tokens to Bistro to lend them to, for example, a catering entrepreneur who wants to renovate his building. He applies for a loan from Bistro that the token holders can provide to this catering entrepreneur. The Bistro token holders receive a certain return for this. This is an example of decentralized finance, a form of financing based on smart contracts without the use of a bank. We will certainly come back to this in the future. Because in this channel, we would like to teach you how to research the different crypto projects yourself, this technical background will help you to properly assess such a crypto project. In the next episode, I'd like to start assessing one specific project and the matters that you need to take into account in such an assessment. Have you subscribed to our channel yet? If not, do it simply by clicking the bell and you'll be informed whenever a new episode goes live. We'll upload a new episode on crypto every Wednesday and an episode on trading online stocks every Friday. Until next time!